Good morning, everyone. And today is Saturday, 17th of October. So let us complete the remaining part of the chapter of amines. So our first reaction, we were doing chemical properties, and to continue with that, we have got reaction with nitrous acid. Okay, right. All right. Reaction with nitrous acid. Now this is an important reaction. In this, nitrous acid is an unstable acid formed in situ. In situ means within the reaction. It is not to be prepared and kept in the lab. It is added within the reaction. It is produced by the action of cold and dilute HCl or sulfuric acid with sodium nitrite. You take sodium nitrite and HCl and mix them together. You will get nitrous acid, HNO2. Okay, this is unstable. Now what will be the result? Primary aliphatic amines liberate nitrogen with nitrous acid. This is R is alkyl group plus nitrous acid in presence of NaNO2 and HCl, which will give you what? This together will give you nitrous acid, HNO2. This will be formed. It will give you alcohol plus nitrogen and water. Now this is an important reaction because for aliphatic amines it is different and for aromatic amines it is different. So this reaction is used to differentiate between aliphatic amine and aromatic amine. I will repeat, this reaction is used to differentiate between aliphatic amine and aromatic amine. So we have alcohol, nitrogen and water. Now in primary aromatic amines, what will happen? This is primary aromatic amine. If we will treat it with sodium nitrite and HCl, we will get nitrous acid. This will change into a diazonium salt. Alright, this year diazonium salt have been deleted from your syllabus, that is reactions of diazonium salt. But this part, that is primary aromatic amine, when treated with sodium nitrite and HCl, from 0 to 5 degrees centigrade will form diazonium salt. Why this particular temperature? Because diazonium salts are unstable and they are stable only from 0 degrees centigrade to 5 degrees centigrade. Plus sodium chloride is formed, right? Now this is colorless and is a soluble substance. So how do we detect whether diazonium salt has been formed or not? This is known as benzene diazonium chloride. Alright, now this benzene diazonium chloride has to undergo this reaction is known as diazotization because diazonium salt is formed. So aniline with sodium nitrite and HCl at 0 degrees centigrade to 5 degrees centigrade forms diazonium salt. Till here it is known as diazotization. Okay, now after this what will happen? If you want to know whether this diazonium salt is formed or not, we can couple it with, you make it react with phenol or beta-naphthol. Okay, if you make it react with phenol, what will happen? An aromatic alcohol will be formed. Is that clear? And a dye is formed. Due to coupling reaction, a dye is formed which is orange colored dye. That helps us to distinguish between aromatic amine and aliphatic amine. Okay, but coupling and diazotization, if you can check it in your syllabus, this year it has been deleted. Otherwise, it was a sure question in your class 12 examination paper. Okay, then next is both secondary alkyl and aryl amines react with. They react with nitrous acid to yield N-nitrosoamines. That is oily yellow colored liquids are formed. That is both secondary alkyl and aryl amines. Okay, they react with nitrous acid. Now primary aliphatic will give alcohol, aromatic will form diazonium salt, and secondary amines, they are going to form a yellow colored liquid which is known as nitrosoamines. Now here is the reaction. This is a secondary amine. This is nitrous acid reduced by sodium nitrite and HCl. We get nitrosoamine is formed. Okay, this compound is a yellow colored liquid. This is this is methyl aniline. This is methyl N-methyl aniline. It will be named as N because methyl group is attached to nitrogen. N-methyl aniline plus nitrous acid with this will again form a nitrosoamine. Okay, this is aromatic nitrosoamine. Alright, tertiary amines, they dissolve in cold nitrous acid. They form salts which decompose on warming. Okay, so if it is a tertiary amine with nitrous acid will form this salt which on heating will form nitrosoamine. Is that clear? So this reaction with nitrous acid is basically used to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary amine. Also it can be used to distinguish between one aliphatic and aromatic amine, where isocyanide test or carbalamine test cannot be used because isocyanide test is given by both aliphatic 1 degree aliphatic as well as aromatic amine. Okay, so if it is primary, aliphatic and aromatic, it can be distinguished by this reaction with nitrous acid. Alright, next is reaction with aryl sulfonyl chloride. Okay, it is reaction with aryl. Aryl means benzene. Okay, sulfonyl chloride. Now, this is also known as 1 degree and 2 degree amines. They react with benzene sulfonyl chloride, also known as Hinsberg reagent. It is also known as Hinsberg reagent. And this is the structure of Hinsberg reagent. Benzene and sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride. This is Hinsberg reagent. When made to react with a primary amine, this has got one alkyl group, this is 1 degree amine. It is going to form this compound. Okay, this is known as N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide. It is known as N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide, right? It is soluble in alkali. So once this reaction has taken place, you can add NaOH or KOH, and if it dissolves, then it is a primary amine. If it is a secondary amine, same compound when reacts with secondary amine, okay, we will get this compound. It is it is known as N-N-dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. Okay, N N-N-dialkyl benzene sulfonamide, and this is insoluble in alkali. Primary amine gave a soluble sulfonamide. This gives an insoluble sulfonamide. Okay, and the most important thing is tertiary amine do not react with benzene sulfonamide or Hinsberg reagent. In 1 mark it is asked what is Hinsberg reagent. Hinsberg reagent is benzene sulfonamide. Benzene sulfonyl chloride. Hinsberg reagent is benzene sulfonyl chloride. Okay, all right. So this reaction, like nitrous acid, can also be used to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Nowadays, benzene sulfonyl chloride has been substituted by para-toluene sulfonyl chloride. It has been substituted by para-toluene sulfonyl chloride. So what will be the structure now of this compound? This is benzene sulfonyl chloride. If you have para, it is para-toluene. So what will be the difference? Where will we attach the CH3 group? Para-toluene means this is the compound. I will add CH3 here. Okay, CH3 with benzene ring is toluene. At para position, you have got sulfonyl chloride. So if I attach CH3 over here, this becomes para toluene sulfonyl chloride. So it has been replaced by this. Why? Why do you think it has been done? Because your methyl group is an activating group. Okay, methyl group is activating group. It will increase the electron density here. Okay, it will increase the electron density over here. Okay, now the last of all the reactions is electrophilic substitution reaction of amines, and these reactions are very interesting. Electrophilic substitution reaction is characteristic of only aromatic amines. I will repeat, it is characteristic of only aromatic amines. Okay. First reaction is halogenation. Halogenation can be done basically with chlorine and bromine. With fluorine, the reactions are very fast, so they are not used. With iodine, the reactions are very slow. So we will make it react with bromine water. It is a very strong brominating agent, right? NH2 is an activating group because it has got lone pair over here. So it activates the ring towards electrophilic substitution reaction. Therefore, all ortho and para positions, they are occupied by bromine. So we will get, if this is aniline and we add bromine water, we will get 2,4,6 tribromoaniline, which forms a white PPT. This reaction can also be used to detect the presence of aromatic amine. Okay, something similar we have done in alcohols, phenols. If you remember, something similar we have done in phenols. Have we done or not, Kabisha? Have we done something similar in phenols? When phenol was treated with bromine water, what did we get? 2,4,6-tribromophenol. That is also white PPT. So here amine also gives the same similar reaction. Now what is important here? For preparing substituted aniline derivatives, NH2 group, alright, protected by acetic anhydride by acylation, the substituted acetanilide is finally, okay, hydrolyzed to substituted amine. Now what is this reaction about? Every time we will add any electrophilic reagent, okay, any electrophile, it is going to give 2,4,6 derivative. So how can we have only one bromine introduced in the reaction? All this is due to hyperactivity of NH2 group. This is hyperactive. So we are going to block this group. How can we block this group? By treating it with acetic anhydride and in presence of pyridine. By treating it with acetic anhydride and pyridine, this NH2 group is blocked. Anhydrides are treated as CH3CO and CH3COO. So CH3COO will combine with hydrogen over here to form acetic acid. Okay, and the remaining CH3CO will get attached here. So this is going to be acetanilide. Okay, this compound is acetanilide. Now this is going to give you mono-substituted product. This, when treated with bromine and acetic acid, is going to form para-bromoacetanilide as the major product. Para-bromoacetanilide as the major product will be formed. Okay. Alright, but this will not remain like this. I have to convert it back to NH2. For that, what do? We are going to treat it with, see, two products are going to be formed. This is ortho-bromoacetanilide, which is a minor product, and this is your para-bromoacetanilide, which is your major product. Okay, but I have to change this group back to NH2. So for that, what we do is, we take here acetic acid is lost, okay, acetanilide is formed. That acetanilide, that is para-bromoacetanilide, when it is treated with an acid, okay, this will change back from NHCOCH3 to NH2, right? So we will get again two products which can be easily separated, but major product is going to be para-bromoacetanilide. So we have succeeded in introducing only one bromine atom at para position instead of all ortho and para position being substituted by bromine. Alright, now why and how this is happening? If you will see NC double bond O CH3 group, this is an acetanilide I am talking about. Okay, C double bond O, pi bond will break like this because oxygen electronegativity is more. Okay, this will get a negative charge, this will get a positive charge. Then what will happen? This lone pair will come and take its place. and you'll get a resonating structure with N plus double bond CO minus CH3. Okay, because of this there is a positive charge on nitrogen. In NH2 group there was lone pair, so it was activating. Here it is deactivating because here nitrogen has now got a positive charge. So we have decreased the activating effect of NH2 group by treating it with acetic anhydride in presence of pyridine, and we are getting acetanilide, which on treatment with acid is giving back NH2 group. Okay, the protection of the amino group by acetylation is due to interaction of, okay, the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen of the acetanilide with oxygen atom by resonance, which I have just explained it to you. All right, now next reaction is nitration. First one was bromination, now it is nitration. Aniline, when treated with concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid, will give us nitronium ion. This reaction we have done it in class 11. Nitronium ion acts as an electrophile. Okay, so when it will give you two, in fact three. Okay, it gives you three products. This is para derivative, para nitroaniline is 51%. Then this is meta, which is 47%, and this is going to be 2% ortho derivative. Now what is interesting in this reaction is that NH2 group is activating, okay, it is activating an ortho para directing. So it should give only ortho and para derivative, but here surprisingly it is giving a meta derivative, right? And this meta derivative also is in considerable amount. It is in considerable amount, 47% of meta derivative you are getting. Okay, why it is like this? So here you get a reasoning question. Nitration of aniline gives a considerable amount of meta derivative. Why? Why it is like this? So it is due to the formation of anilinium ion. It is due to the formation of anilinium ion, okay, which I will explain you. Anilinium ion is meta directive. What is anilinium ion? Suppose we have aniline and here you have got lone pair and this is treated with HCl. Okay, HCl will break up into proton and chloride ion. H plus will get protonated here and this will form NH3 plus. And the moment you have a positive charge on nitrogen, it becomes electron withdrawing. Okay, and therefore electron withdrawing, they are going to give you meta derivative. Okay, it is due to formation of anilinium ion, which is meta directing. Is that clear? All right, now if I want only the ortho or para derivative, I don't want any meta derivative, so I will have to protect NH2 group. Okay, how is that done? NH2 group, again treatment with acetic anhydride and pyridine will give you acetanilide. Okay, this is acetanilide form. Then that acetanilide on treatment with nitric and sulfuric acid gives you para derivative as the major product and nitro ortho nitro acetanilide as the minor product. Okay, this will be minor and that will be your major product. Now what are we going to do? I want this back to NH2 group. I will treat it with an acid, okay, and this will become NH2 group again. Is that clear? So ortho nitroaniline will be the minor product and the major will be para nitroaniline, just by protecting NH2 group. And this concept is very very important because either you get a conversion on it or you get a reasoning question on it. Okay, then the last is sulfonation. We did bromination, second electrophilic substitution was nitration, and the third is sulfonation. This is aniline when treated with sulfuric acid is going to give you, okay, H2SO4 concentrated or in the form of oleum, gives you hydrogen ion which protonates nitrogen of NH2 group, and HSO4 minus, due to electrostatic force of attraction, remains in its vicinity. Okay, this when heated, okay, is going to give you, all right, this is going to give you a Zwitter ion. What is a zwitterion? This is asked in 1 mark question. What is zwitterion? A zwitterion is an ion in which both positive and negative charge are present. So this is a zwitterion. Okay, how was this formed? I just now told you here. NH3 plus and HSO4 minus was there. This was aniline hydrogen sulfate was formed, which when heated, okay, what happens here? Your SO3H group will come at para position, right? But what happens? Hydrogen from here will go and join here. So you'll get a positive charge here and a negative charge here due to proton shift. This ion is known as zwitterion. This ion is known as zwitterion. Okay, zwitterion. Now in this, NH2 group is basic and SO3H group is acidic. It has got both acidic as well as basic group. This is something interesting in this molecule. This is known as sulfonylic acid. So sulfonation of aniline gives rise to sulfonylic acid. Okay. Now one more reasoning question is there here. Aniline does not undergo Friedel-Crafts alkylation and acylation. Now, what are the 5 electrophilic substitution reactions we have done in case of benzene in class 11? Can anybody name them? Asutosh, can you name? What are the 5 electrophilic substitution reactions? Hello? We had done halogenation, nitration, sulfonation, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, and Friedel-Crafts acylation. Okay, these were the 5 electrophilic substitution reactions which we had done. Correct? Out of which 3 we have already done in case of aniline. The fourth, Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation, does not take place in case of benzene. Why? Why it does not take place? Okay, so here the reaction is, this is aniline, this is aluminium chloride. This is used as a catalyst in Friedel-Crafts alkylation and acylation. This is used as a catalyst in Friedel-Crafts alkylation and acylation. It acts as a Lewis acid. It is an electron deficient compound. 3 electrons of aluminium will combine with 3 electrons of chlorine. Only 6 electrons aluminium is going to have in the valence shell. So it is deficient of 2 electrons. 2 electrons are present on aniline. Here, they are present here. Okay, so it is going to donate these 2 electrons to aluminium and an additional compound is formed. NH2 will get a positive charge because of coordinate bond and AlCl3 will get a negative charge. This is a salt formed. A salt is formed because this is Lewis acid and this is a Lewis base. Aniline is a Lewis base. It is a lone pair donor. Okay, so the two react with each other to form a salt, and when a salt is formed, aluminium chloride, if you remember, was responsible for producing electrophile. No electrophile will be produced in the reaction, and therefore electrophilic substitution reaction will not take place in case of aniline. Okay, so electrophilic substitution reactions are important. You get a lot of reasoning questions and reactions to complete from this particular chapter, and to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary amine, we will use Hinsberg's reaction. Okay, Hinsberg reagent. And aliphatic and aromatic amine, we are going to use reaction with nitrous acid. Okay, so these are the different types of questions you will get from this chapter. I will be sending you an assignment on WhatsApp with these reasoning questions. Okay, and see if you can find the answer. The answer is in the lecture itself and a PDF of the notes which I have prepared, so you can find the answer from there. Okay, with this we end organic of class 12, but after a week in between I will be sending questions for revision. Okay, so that you don't lose track of organic. And next chapter I will start with will be chemical kinetics from physical part. Okay.